Hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring in the Cathedral area of the post-Rani questline area. Been a couple days for me. My schedule's been weird, so I've been doing it daily instead of all on the weekend, but yesterday for me was the eclipse. Ooh. But first I'll continue fighting this dragon. Yeah, like yesterday was the eclipse in mostly the eastern half of North America. It was very cool, but it's weird to say. I think that if I could have seen it and not, like, having seen it, I don't think I would have missed it if I hadn't seen it. Because as cool as it was very brief, the coolest part. Nope, nope, okay. Okay. Because it was certainly cool. And it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world that it was brief, but it wasn't unimaginable. And I'm out of touch with the timing. Yeah, like it wasn't some like unimaginable image when it had become an eclipse. The coolest part, for sure, was the like dimming. What happened there? Like the whole area becoming dim, nearby lights, like street lights that are automatic based on the lighting. Those lights turning on was cool. But the actual eclipse moment, the total eclipse, the moon and sun part, was kind of... It was cool. But it wasn't even the coolest part. It was just the impact it had on... Oh, shoot. I got lucky. I need to switch back to my great sword. I'm dead. Not. I'm lucky. Come on, fire breath, please. No? What are you doing? Diving at me? So what are you doing? Moving, which is fire breath probably. Oh yeah, she got too far away, so it's to move. But I don't think it resets. I think there's still... full... Okay, that went right into the ground. Oh, random lag. Ugh. I'm out of power because it ran around so much, and I got like 2 hits in. I think switching back to this is the right choice. I know how to dodge part of this, but not all of it. It didn't roll in time. Yeah. It's fun to hear about the eclipse, though. and how, I don't know why, because I went with my parents, my siblings, and other, like, the rest of my family in the region that we live in, all met up, drove a few hours down, and then like twice as long to get back. And all of that, the drive was really long, but at some point they were talking about people spending $2,000 staying in like Niagara on the Lake, and it being cloudy or rainy, and how that was unfortunate, and how we had a better view on what was essentially just a I'm dead. Basically a soccer pitch. It wasn't even a soccer pitch, it was just a field that had a parking lot nearby. But like, it was pretty interesting. Like, spending $2,000 and then getting unlucky, basically. So, it depends on when they would have booked this day. Because if they'd booked this day in the last week, they would have probably known that it was a bad idea to go to there. Because brief research like a couple days ago seemed to suggest you want to be further east. Or northeast. Or like for this region, you would want to be further east. I went with the 2 strong attacks because I didn't think I'd actually have time for the other one. I also want to switch weapons soon. Maybe I should wait till the buff wears out, actually. I don't think I waited last time. So it was kind of inefficient. I'm in the worst possible location. Guess I strong attack. I missed. Yeah, oh, that leg didn't go forward as much as it does sometimes. Yeah. It was fun to hear how there are people that spent a lot of money and it didn't go well, which is like, it does suck for them. Yep, figures. I was too slow. That was, I think, the sword attack. I was hoping they'd go for one that I could just run away from. That was just a bad idea. But wait, Stake of America. I'd rather not start there. Because if I come from here, I can get the guaranteed stand right behind its leg. Okay, switch back. What is my equip load? Okay, I'll only swap the first weapon. That'll be quicker. If I roll fine, it'll be way better to do it this way. Instead of switching off both weapons every time. Yeah, like, the eclipse, total eclipse, only lasts like 2 minutes. And like, it's cool. Though, it's everything around the total eclipse that's actually more interesting. Like, gradually, if you're wearing glasses for safety, the gradual change you can watch as the sun slowly... Yeah, that didn't move forward at all. Okay, that one, I thought they were adjusting their foot. But you can watch as the sun slowly gets covered up. I'm dead. Because I was not far away because I didn't have time to run. I mean, maybe I did have time, but I would have barely had time to run. But the sun slowly getting covered by the moon is kind of neat, but that's basically you check every 10 minutes and it's progressed a little. Because it takes 70-ish minutes, at least where we were, to make that gradual progress of the moon covering the sun. Oh, and that was certainly neat. But it was definitely not... I don't think... Well, it's something where you would never know until you've seen it. So, it's hard to say. But I think if... I would never go out of my way to spend $2,000 to go to Niagara-on-the-Lake just to see it. Like, it was cool. And if it's the once-in-a-lifetime chance to see it anywhere near you at all, absolutely, totally worth a bit of a trip. But definitely, I personally... Yeah, I messed up because I started this wrong attack greedily. I wouldn't have felt like it was worthwhile if the travel had been more than the total of a few hours. Like, I'm dead. I'm not. I'm lucky. I hate this attack. Yeah, because I don't know, is it possible to dodge all of them? I'm really uncertain if it's possible to dodge all of the projectiles or not. I mean, the reason I swapped off of the other weapon is to try to get bleed inflicted while it was still frostbitten. I don't apply bleed fast enough, so there's no point. I should just stick with the greatsword because the frostbite clears reasonably quick and it does seem to do better damage, at least when it's boosted. I clicked a button and it didn't accept my input. But yeah. Personally, I don't think there was enough of a wonder factor for me to be like, yeah, I would totally take a cruise to Antarctica to see an eclipse. Though, actually, it happening in Antarctica might be more interesting because you're in Antarctica. And, like, an excuse to go there could be interesting, but... it's still, like... it's, again, totally worthwhile if you're in an area where one is happening. And it's also like, you wouldn't know that it wasn't... like, it's obviously a personal, oh, was it worth the time or not? That you can't really judge without having seen it, which is kind of a big factor. I'm dead. I'm not dead. I ran away fast enough because I actually have learned how the attack telegraphs itself properly. Like, it does a great job telegraphing that that's the attack they go for if you're actually paying attention to their mouth. I don't think I actually even need to roll on that if I run for enough. Oops, wrong button. Wrong button. I'm dead. Oh, they went back way further than they do sometimes. Weird. Fire breath? If I get a frostbite and a stagger, I think I can kill him quick. I was slow. This is actually the first damage I took this fight. They didn't bite that time. Weird. Please? Thank you. Come on, frostbite and stagger, please. But without the buff, I think I'm less likely to frostbite. But I will hopefully frostbite before the end. Early. Because it didn't step as far forward as I was expecting. But I should be used to that by now. Because they've been very regularly not stepping very far forward when they do that. Ugh. Give me an attack. Please? Okay, that's a good one. Or not, because I was hoping I could get to their head. Okay, I should be able to get a strong attack and a stab. Or not. Don't greed. One more strong attack. Oh, good. That took way longer than it should have. Come on, something? Dragonheart, Moonblade, a spell. I might actually see if I can use that. I don't know if it's the buff or an actual spell cast, though. Because if it's the buff, it's useless right now, and I should make another weapon that can work with it. But if it's a spell like the greatsword swinging spells, I might try to use it for a bit. Here and there. I need to actually go into spells. Also... nice. I might have more that I can do, but... no, I don't need to have this equipped at all times. It might be better to have that equipped for scaling, but... yeah. I spent a while talking about the eclipse, but... yeah, so it is a spell. I don't actually have a good spell casting tool. This is going to be good eventually. For now, 139, 188. This, even without gravity sorcery, this has the highest sorcery scaling I have. And that's expensive to use. It's probably worse than using the Moonlight Greatsword buff. Why does it take so long to realize you can't cast a spell? How many casts can I do in a row? 1, 2, 3, and that's it. So expensive. I'll try it on a normal-ish enemy. If it hits for like 1,000, sure. If not, I don't think it's worth using. Because the buff from the Moonlight Greatsword, I think, would increase my damage by more. Most of the time. So I'm exploring the area for a bit. Yeah. It was kind of fun, though. Long trip. It was like it was like a 1.5, between a 1 and a 2.5 hour drive to get to where we were. There were lots of places that you can go. But like, it was a fairly short drive down. Like 1.5, 2 hour. Well, 1 hour to 2.5 hour range. Because I don't actually remember. Because part of the way there, we stopped at extended family. Part of the way there, we had to pick up a sibling and stuff. So I don't know direct timing, but it felt like it was twice as long to get back, because on the way down, no traffic, completely normal roads. On the way back, bumper to bumper to bumper to bumper, absolutely awful traffic until we got far enough away that the people taking the highway instead of like there's highways and freeways. I think people taking well, I don't know if it's defined as a freeway in Canada, but I think freeways are like the 401 in Ontario. I don't know if the 401's everywhere. Oh no, I said Ontario. But the 401, 407, I don't know if express tollways count as freeway. I think freeways are the big 10-lane highways. And highways are just high-speed ways. It's been a while, though, since I've known the difference. So, because the difference doesn't really matter. Like, a 1 lane in each direction, but 80 plus kilometers an hour, I think is a highway. Oh. I'm gonna fight one dragon. And just sort of... Oh, okay. See what happens. I'm not fighting this dragon. It has the same HP as the other dragon that I already fought. I'm not fighting this dragon. Or that one. Maybe I'll fight them someday, but not right now. I'm dead. I was hoping it wouldn't be this far of a fall. Oh. No, it is a fall. Okay. I just died halfway down because... Question mark? That's done. I'm not fighting more dragons. I was hoping they'd be, like, weaker. They definitely seem to have about the same HP. I'll just make my way. I'll have to get back to there to get it before I can go down. But, yeah. It was kind of fun to see. Smooth drive down and then twice the drive back. So. It finished. I mean, it would have been Eastern Standard Time. It was like 2:20 something till like 2.5 minutes later. So it only lasted a couple, 2 minutes. Run. Okay, and here's a fun thing. For some reason, while we were there with our extended family, they brought up a song that's run, rabbit, run, run, run. Here comes the farmer with his gun, gun, gun. And for some reason, the moment I was running away from the dragon, that song popped into my head. Weird. I mean, run, run, run. Now they tainted my mind with a song that I've definitely heard before, but not in a long time. But it was interesting. Yeah. It was fun to see how traffic was changed. Because, I mean, a lot of the places people would go are small towns. And small towns, well, relatively speaking, not like population 30 town, but like population in the tens of thousands instead of hundreds of thousands or millions. Small towns, they don't have this type of traffic. And they're not going to reprogram their streetlights to adjust for the traffic. So they have to have police officers directing people through any lights, because traffic lights they're designed for the normal expected traffic. Whether that be timing or how sensors work for, oh, there's a car here, how long should they wait? Whereas if suddenly there's thousands, tens of thousands, I don't know how many more people showing up, it would not respond properly. And it's a once in a lifetime, but not quite necessarily, event where, okay, I'll go here first, where there's no reason to prepare for it happening again. It's not going to happen in the exact same location within a short enough span of time for it to be worth trying to figure out, oh, here's the signal timings that we should set up to get all these people in and out as best as we can. It's not worth it. It's not realistic. Because they wouldn't be able to predict 100% traffic flow. And since they can't predict traffic flow, I still haven't tested the sword spell. Sorry, I need to read this. Yep, I'm not doing that right now. I might look into it later when I'm looking to pick up... I don't know why I killed that tortoise. I feel kind of bad. Actually, they're very valuable to kill, because turtleneck meat, as the icon in the top left shows, I think turtleneck meat is used for stamina regen boosting food that you can consume. It's actually good to kill turtles, which is kind of tortoises, I think. Yeah, it's kind of bad. But anyway, there's no reason to attempt to re-plan how the lights work, so it makes the most sense to just have like local officers just handle that for now. I missed. I was hoping that they would miss somehow. Okay, that was a combo, apparently. Spinny. Perfect. An interesting factor, I'm actually kind of under the impression... Oh, goodness. That can hit you twice without you having any time to react. I'm kind of under the impression that in some situations it's better to not... These guys here specifically. It's somewhat better to not go for the critical and instead hit them. Because if you hit them, you can... It's less of a delay before you're able to attack them again, I think. So if I do this, if I'd done it in time, it would have dealt more damage. I mean, that's already a better result, though. Hit twice, it staggers again, because maybe if you don't take the critical, they stagger more quickly? I'm not sure. I've not tested it thoroughly, but he staggered quickly. Or it staggered quickly because it is a being made of crystal, so they probably don't have genders. Not that it matters, but... Ooh, I'm not fighting them. Bye. I'm not fighting two more of them. I need to clear my throat. But it was kind of fun to think about how... how much it impacts the local area. What's the point of that one? Oh! Find the 3 beasts. That's probably one of them. Jump, please? So do I have to... Is that found? Or do I have to find another one? Or do I have to run into it like this? I do. Okay, I don't know where the other 2 might be, but there must be flying beasts somewhere. That's cool. I've never actually found that. Neat. I'm happy with that. I'm glad I jumped. Oh, again, the guys that don't have glowing eyes? So much creepier. I probably should use my runes, because I think I have more than I have enough to level at least once. I should have used my spell. If I die once, I'll use the spell. He is already frostbitten. Okay. I hate these black knife fights because they are... Oh, actually, that's actually really bad. Yes. That's kind of exactly why. They have a lot of one-shot potential. It is fun to see differences in people, though. Like, my family, everyone brought food, my family didn't do anything themed, but then like my extended family, all of them were wearing like at least space themed or space adjacent themed shirts and stuff. It was funny. The food they brought was loosely themed, if you can call circles to represent the moon themed, but it's kind of funny. I'm gonna try this once. That is not worth the cost. Okay, I was hoping he wouldn't reach me. That's what I was expecting him to do earlier, not the jump one-shot attack. So this guy I shouldn't strong attack. Oh, that was too slow. Because he staggers from normal attacks, so I should just spam normals, get more hits in, and stagger him. Except for at the start where it seems reasonably consistent. It's a fun place to be exploring. The Moonlight Altar. It fits well with an eclipse. And all that that entails. It was fun though. But the best part about it was I was not driving. So I spent several hours reading. And I finished reading The Golden Compass. It is a fun book. Hey, what was that? They were explicitly... They gave the sound effect for the critical. I was scammed. Like, what is this scam? And clearly, it did the critical because they didn't get staggered afterwards. That's garbage. It does. This game does that sometimes. It does it very rarely. But it's like, if they have super armor, you don't get the critical, but it still triggers the critical sound and it resets their stagger. Which is trash. Also, this spell, Adula's Moonblade, is worthless at my setup. For my setup. Maybe if I had a ton of mind and int and I wasn't using the Moonlight Greatsword, it'd be great, but it doesn't seem worth it at all. One, two, three, and it worked. It did. What is this garbage? Like, I'm gonna accept the death and I'm gonna reset it. Like, why is it not criticaling? Why are they not staggering? Is it super armor so that it triggers anyway, but they don't get staggered? Like, what is happening? I can't test it because I can't, like, I'm not good enough to try to wait till a specific move and then hit it right then, but why does the critical, like, the critical sound goes off, they should be down, and they should be in the critical state. It's not happening though. Yeah, I finished reading The Golden Compass. Fun. It is interesting. One negative. I think there's exactly one case, but it could be something else I was reading in the last week or two that actually did it. I don't think it is because I would have remembered, I think. Is it the swing of my sword is... I'm getting 2 hits. Okay, I didn't roll in time. Like, maybe the issue is with the extra swing from the Moonlight sword. And the blade that shoots out after the initial... The sword itself makes contact. So it counts as hitting them when they're staggered. Is that what's happening? Because that would make sense. It would still be kind of garbage because it means that using that for stagger is just bad, but it would at least make sense. That one hits before the other, causing the stagger to break. Though, I mean, they shouldn't be able to instantly attack after that scenario, in my mind, because they're staggered, they're down, then they get hit, they shouldn't be instantly continuing their combo. But I can respect it as an oversight. One, second, always. And then I go for a overhand for that. Oh, a weak attack. I missed because I am bad. Out of stamina. I'd rather be full HP. Okay. Okay. I'm bad, but I feel it's fine. But anyway, I was trying to say, until I figured out what was wrong there, I was going to say, there's one case, it might be from something else I read, that is of objectively lower quality. But there was a moment where the main character, sort of, you know, in their head, thinking to themselves, used a term, and then, without actually breaking character and, like, explicitly being, like, a meta statement, explained what it was, which felt a little out of place, but I can actually understand it to an extent, because to me it actually does kind of make a little bit of sense. 'Cause, I mean, if I'm talking to myself in my head, you know, thinking, I will occasionally think as though anyone else actually could understand what I'm saying and explain myself to myself, which in and of itself might be weirder, but it felt out of place given that it was, if it was in that story and not me misremembering, it was the only time where it happened in the entire thing where it was that obvious. It might have happened at other stages. But that was where it was the most, like, obvious, and it felt weird to read. Bad idea. It worked out, sort of, but I'm dead. If I hadn't rolled an extra time, I think I could have healed, but I panic rolled. And I didn't have time to heal. Yeah, this guy doesn't have stamina, so he just attacks forever. No enemies have stamina, so they attack forever, but this guy especially. Maybe I just do this. Lean into the jump attacks more. Oh, I should have grabbed that before I entered. Yeah, I finished reading it. It's Golden Compass, the first book at least. I haven't even started the second book. Oh, that missed that this time. Fun. Weird. Weird that didn't stagger. How is it not staggered? How does it recover that quickly? How is it still not staggering? What was that? Just a belly flop. This would be a good time to strong attack with the beam. Still no stagger, though. Stagger's not the right word. Sorry. Still no critical. I missed. Still no critical. Why no critical? I'm actually gonna say it. What, like, how have they not? I was misreading that. Oh, and they're just sitting away. Okay, at least I got the frostbite. Still, like, how fast do they recover from, like, poise breaks? There it is, except I was already inputting the next attack by the time it finally triggered, because I wasn't expecting it to trigger at all. I'm dead. Oh, I actually rolled in time. I'd actually put my controller almost down because I was certain I was dead. Oh, that's worthless. Oh, it's so useless. I was hoping I was going to get a weapon. Even if I wasn't going to use it, I was hoping I'd get a weapon that I could potentially use. But instead I get something that I'm never going to use. What a shame. What a waste of time. Actually, it's a lot of souls. It's runes, not souls. So that was worthwhile. I think for now I'm done with this area. Altar South. I don't remember where the other ones are. Once I find... Maybe there's one animal near each of these. Because there's another one that says find the 3 animals. So maybe there's one near here. Wherever that other one is. I don't remember if there's one in this section or if it's in this Liurnia area. I can't remember. It's in a forested area near an edge of a cliff, but I can't remember exactly where. Could be in here, but anyway, I'm gonna just go somewhere else. I think I'm done with what I was saying. I'm done with this plateau area for now until I find 2 more beasts that I assume are not on this plateau. I assume there's one near each of those altars. So for now, I need to go somewhere else. I need to find those other altars. To find them, I should explore elsewhere. But I also wanted to do these. So, for now, I will go... Actually, I could probably clear out this lower section for a bit. Yeah, let's do that next. And then do trees. Yeah, I want to finish talking about Golden Compass. This might go a little bit longer, but I got distracted. The parent characters, very vague intended, are interesting, honestly. Like, they're not good people, for sure. They're kind of awful. But they do both seem to care about their child, which is kind of interesting. I'm gonna get to 38 strength. Once I have 38 strength and 38 intelligence, I think I need to start pumping, I don't remember the name, endurance to increase my carry weight. And then once I have more carry weight, I will increase my mind to maybe 20 or 30 and then go back to intelligence. No faith, no arcane, and no more vigor for the rest of the game, probably. But yeah, the parent characters in the Golden Compass are interesting. It's like, I find it kind of fun that they do, on some level, clearly care about their child, but not in any way that would lead to them being good parents. Like, they're still awful parents, but they clearly don't want their kid to die. Which, like, it's the bare minimum. But, like... Because, I mean, they don't care what happens to their friends, their kids' friends. They just care about their kid not dying. Whether that's because the kid themselves or it's like some weird, oh, it's some connection between me and the other parent. Who knows? But it is like the whole last 20 pages, or maybe 30 pages, and how one of them reacts to... Ooh. Oh, okay. Weird sound effect, considering I didn't get hit and only the horse did. Interesting. These are more... not glowing. And it's not staggering as easily. Or it is, maybe. But the leg's not glowing is kind of interesting. Ah. Perfect location. True game. So you need to make sure it's facing in a good direction the next time it staggers, if it staggers again. Wait, it's probably just gonna die before it staggers. Never mind. Yeah, like... the reaction to seeing their daughter show up. Super fun. But from a children's story perspective, it's actually more interesting. Because in their own ways, both parents show that at least on some level they care about their kid, but the kid's like, no, you're terrible people. You're both awful, and doesn't let the fact that they are technically their parents change that impression of them, like, which is probably a good message for people who might not have the best parents. That sure, maybe they're your parents, but doesn't mean you have to long term put up with them. I mean, when you're living with them, you kind of have to put up with them to a point, but if you then become independent, you'd never really need to deal with them. You probably have to deal with them for whatever reason, but you don't have to. I'm not actually going to do this. I just ran here because I wanted to get to here. I'm not going to do the stuff that this... because you have to do all 3 of these, and then you can do the PvP arena. I don't have interest in the PvP arena because I'm bad. I'll try seeing if I can fight one of them. And if I can, if I can kill them quickly. If I die once, I'll stop. But if I can kill them quickly, I'll basically just see if they give items. Because if they give items, it's worth it. Wow, buffing? A lot of yelling. Frostbite? A lot of yelling, yeah. Every time. Ooh, spooky. And roll caught. Yeah. I still want to know if they drop anything. I'll run back and then I won't fight them today, but I will only try to fight one of them. I won't even try the other one. Am I gonna have to kill the giants again? Or can I run past them to the jar and not have to worry about being shot? Because it'd be nice if I don't have to worry about being shot. They definitely respawn, but... guess I should probably kill them. Because they're not that hard to kill. Just like a few strong attacks. They fall hopefully into a position where I can get them. Ah, gaming. Whoop. Okay, bad aim. It's a big arrow. Not even an arrow, it's a spear. But it's being shot by a bow, so it's an arrow, but... no, that was just incredibly bad aim, huh? 1, 2. I'm out of stamina. 3. I was slow. 4. In a good location, and they're dead. Hopefully. Or not. Really. Okay, good. I had to be below the rock for some reason. Great arrows. Very useful. Yeah. It's... the Golden Compass is a very interesting story. I think it was once the second book started that I got really confused when I was reading it as a kid. Because it starts with a different first character. And it just sort of... it's a jarring shift. When most of the books that you read as a child are always from the same person's perspective throughout. Having it shift to another person kind of changes... well, I mean, the Golden Compass shifts to other people's perspectives for small snippets, but for pretty much all of it, it's all one person's perspective. But then the next one starts and it's a totally different person in a totally different world. And it's very different. But, yeah. I finally finished reading that because I had several hours in a car to just sit doing nothing. But it was good. The other, it's weird that it's the longest book. At least looking at thickness of the book, it's the longest in the series. Where, to me, having a short first book to draw people into the series seems a lot easier. If it's written with the intention of multiple stories. Like, an initial introduction, obviously people don't necessarily write stories specifically, oh, here's the best way to draw them in, and then keep them stuck in the story. That's not necessarily how people write stuff, but like my favorite series of books starts with maybe a few hundred pages is the first book. Then the second book's like 1.5 to 2 times as many. And then they just gradually get longer and longer until it's over 1,000 pages. And that, you know, progression. You get drawn in. And then you're stuck. You can't escape by the time you get to a 1,000 plus chapter, 1,000 plus page book. You can't flee. You're stuck there. Yeah, okay. I'll continue next time. First thing I'll do is try to kill this person again and not throw. Because that should have been easy. Wait, doesn't it randomize a little? It does. How that guy's gonna be annoying. I think this is one I will fight. That one seems like the least annoying. Though Bloodhound Step is pretty... the Bloodhound blade is pretty annoying. But I think that's going to be the least annoying of these three. Because this halberd might have a charge or a spin in a circle. Spin in a circle is actually the most abusable. But it might have a charge. If it has a charge, then I'm bad at dodging those. And this is a katana. A long-reaching katana with probably a lot of bleed. That might be the bleed katana, even. So I'd probably die because I'm bad. This one seems the easiest. So yeah, next time, unless it changes next time, that'd be fun. Yeah. Stop here. I'll fight one of these. If they give me items, I'll get the items and I'll try to fight the other two. If they don't give me items, I'll just leave and go do some tree fighting. It'll be fun. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.